What's up, everybody? Don't crack your knuckles. 12:04 in the morning. If you want to get technical about it, I just skipped 2 days. I will point out that I did make a video during one of the days, but editing stuff, so I suck. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Okay, so first order of business is to tell you that it's 12:05. Second order of business is to turn on the timer. Third order of business is to tell you what ridiculous amounts of junk happened to me over the weekend. So, first thing to happen is I went to the family reunion. That's where I went over the weekend. So I came home and stayed up all night, and then I got in a car and slept for 5 hours and woke up and was in Spokane, so that was pretty cool. It's really weird over there. It's flat and sunny. Freaky stuff. And then we just had a family reunion. It was weird. It's kind of cool seeing complete strangers that you've never met before in your life, but just because you're there and you share the same last name, you're just like automatically buddies. That's really cool. I like that. I think that everybody should be like that. As in, you walk down a road and you see a random person and you go and you're like, hi. And they're like, hi. And then you guys just connect, you know? Yeah. So anyways, it was really cool. It was really fun. I climbed a bunch of trees and I ripped off a couple of calluses on my feet. That sucked, but the tree climbing was fun. It was worth it. I enjoyed it. We played Frisbee. Found out that one of my cousins has a pet duck. I mean, what are the odds? He was called George. George the duck. He was pretty cool. Seemed like a decent duck. And my other cousins were girls, and they were doing gymnastics the whole time, so it was kind of weird. But it was fun. It was a good time. I don't regret it. That means it was good. After that, we spent the night in a tent. My brother had a mummy sleeping bag. My sister's fiance had a mummy sleeping bag. My sister had a sleeping bag. And I had this. So if you can't tell, this is kind of a small sleeping bag. It's sheet thin. And so I was just sleeping inside of that on the tent floor, which was just on grass. So I kind of experienced what it was like to sleep on grass. So it was nice. That wasn't nice. I woke up at 6 because I couldn't sleep. But it was worth it. So woke up at 6 and then drove home. That was today. So we woke up, hung out there for a while, and then we drove home, and it was so bloody hot. Ugh. The sun. Like, the thing about the flat side of Washington is that the sun is just all there is in the sky. When you're over on the west coast of Washington, there's trees everywhere. They're like, oh, what's up, sky? Let's hang out. And they get in the way of the sky. And when you're over there, you look up, and all there is sky. And you're kind of awed. You're in awe at your insignificance. And that's kind of cool. I like it. But I don't think I would want to actually live there. Aside from that, come home, hang out a little bit, read my book, The Silmarillion. Good book. Lots of LV names. I don't know. And then just today today I was like, hey, let's hang out with a friend. So I go over and I hang out with a friend, and we're hanging out, and we both talk about this one person that we both know. And so we're like, man, he's so cool. We just, he's a great guy. And then I realize I have a phone, so I call him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing right now? Really? Okay, I'm coming over. Send me your address. And then we just drove over to his house, picked him up, went to a park, and just talked about humanity and the Bible and churches. And he's been living in Tennessee lately, and he was just talking about the differences between then and here, there and here. And it was just really cool. I love that guy. He's really cool. And and then so we hang out for a bunch of time, and then I drive him home, drive my other friend home, and I'm coming home, and I'm literally 1.5 miles away from my house, when I see this guy walking the opposite direction on the side of the road, and he's not wearing a shirt, and it's 11:43 at night. So it's kind of weird. Some guy just walking shirtless, but I mean, hey, I've done it before, so it's okay, whatever, random dude. And so I drive past that, and like 500 feet past him, at a stop sign, going into my neighborhood, there's this lady, and she's standing there, and she's got these 2 bags next to her, and she's like flipping out, and she's like waving down my car, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna get jumped, because that's the thing, is they have usually a girl who acts as a decoy and gets the driver's trust, and then a bunch of dudes jump out and just beat up the person who owns the car, steal his stuff, steal his car, and so that is a thing that happens. So I was kind of wary and kind of drove around her a little bit, but she was flipping out, and so I would rather regret trusting someone than regret doubting them. So I stop, I open my door, hi, what's up? And she's like crying and kind of hysterical, and she's wearing a hood and she's flipping out, so I don't get a good look at her. And so she's like, oh, I think there's this guy, he's following me, and so I don't want to go into the neighborhood so he knows where I live. Would you give me a ride just around the bend? I'm like, sure. I did see a guy. The story is lining up. Okay, let's do this. And then she's like, oh, thank you. She puts her stuff in the back, and just 2 bags of really big bags. So it looks like she might have, I don't know. So she gets in, and then I just drive, and she's like kind of crying. I'm like, so if you try to stab me or anything, I'm probably going to kill you or something. I don't know. And I kind of trailed off, but I was serious. And then she's like, no, I live at blah, 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 this house. Oh, okay. Seems legit. You know, when you know your house name by heart, you can just rattle it off. That's what she did. And so I acknowledged that she is in trouble or something. And then she says her name. And her name rings a bell. And I was like, wait a minute. And I go into memory mode, flashback, and she's straight up one of my neighbors that I used to hang out with, because my big sister was friends with her. And we used to hang out all the time. And we just haven't seen each other in years. And now I just happened to pick her up at a stop sign because some creep is following her at 11:43 at night. Really weird, but good chances. So, anyways, that was just something weird that happened. Oh, okay, I went over time. But I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm excited. You're going to have construction stories. Everybody's happy. I'm going to go take a shower, and I'm going to set up the camera rig so it's more visually pleasing and better for everybody. So, have a great night, guys. Drink some water. Water's good for you. Later.